Hey, what is going on, guys? Ali here, back again with another review or afterthoughts video of the Thousand Year Blood War arc, part 3, episode 7, I believe, episode 33. And I just want to get this out of the way. I'm a little bit, as you can hear nasally and stuff. I got sick out of nowhere, maybe from work or something when I was coming home. But I took like a day off or something to do this review and whatnot. But anyways, I had to watch that episode twice. Once on the first time on my phone because I had to watch it immediately. So I watched it on my phone, but I connected to my speaker, so it's it was really loud with my speakers. Watched on there, and then I got home and I watched it on the family TV, the family room TV, the big one. And never in my life did I ever think that I was ever, or we were ever going to get a literal Renji versus Uryu fight. I'm pretty certain in the manga it wasn't even hinted at all that Renji and Uryu ever fought in this arc. Never fought in this arc. We got to, but it was amazing. First of all, we never got I'm pretty sure we never got a hint of Renji and Uryu fighting in the manga, that fought in the manga or something. But we did get that. We did get a little bit of a hinting of Ichigo and Uryu fighting in the manga. We got a hint of it, but we know it happened, but it wasn't actually shown in the manga because of time constraints and shit like that. So it made sense that we would have gotten that we would be getting, or we would have got a full-on fight of Ichigo versus Uryu, and that was episode 3, I think. I believe it was episode 3, I think, of this core. But the Renji and Uryu fight was so, I don't want to say completely out of nowhere, but it was straight fan service. That's what that fight was. The manga readers had no idea this shit was coming. Anime onlys, obviously, y'all didn't know that shit was coming, obviously. And we were all surprised and excited because Renji going off on Uryu was phenomenal. Just the fact of he really embodies, to me, Renji really embodies his Zanpakuto itself, because you see him even just when he's running through the buildings and shit, and then Uryu shoots at him, he's jumping he's jumping like a monkey off of the buildings to get to Uryu. He's embodying what his Zanpakuto is, a very bestial type of Zanpakuto powers and shit like that. And him going off on Uryu with his Zanpakuto, and I was like, oh yeah, Uryu hasn't even actually seen Renji's actual true Zanpakuto, its actual form and shit. So when he transformed and stuff, and the hand of the Monkey King is coming out or whatever, and then the snake sword hand is, and the way Renji utilizes the snake sword, and it being I love the part when Renji was I believe you call it Orochi, right? There were so many different words to different attacks that he had that I just don't really, I can't really think about fully what they all are. You got Orochi and whatnot, and he uses Orochi, and he uses the snake part with the blade like a whip, it's like an exploding whip. And so when Uryu blocks it, it explodes. It's so good. It's so good. And then another time when he shoots it like a whip, the blade is heated. So when he throws it at Uryu, Uryu shoots his arrows, and his arrow, the reishi, the spiritual energy, it just melts when it hits Renji's blade. It just melts. And the blade just shoots, and Uryu dodges it and stuff, and then it just makes a stream of explosions with that, and it looks like magma, like lava, it's just, man, was the fight good. And obviously, Uryu like wins like at the end, as everybody expected. And like he traps Renji in some sort of like kind of like an encased like area of Uryu's like spiritual energy and whatnot, and drains Renji of his like spiritual energy and stuff. But then you see Renji is like, no, you stop talking like you know what a Bankai is and stuff. And him like trying to go Bankai again, and like seeing the arm forming out of Renji's arm, and then Uryu saying the two kings, which I'm pretty sure he's referring to Renji's Bankai, like the baboon king and the snake king that coincide with each other in Renji's Zanpakuto. And man, and then Uryu going off with like using all of his like those like little like I don't know, needle looking arrows and stuff, and like goes like that, and then like forms it again, and then and then shoots the arrow, makes a massive freaking hole. But then like Renji still deflects it. Like, oh my gosh, bro. Like, it's so good. And then at the end, Renji couldn't fully beat Uryu. But at the same time, Uryu, clearly by what he's saying, is clearly stating that Renji could have actually beaten him if he, for one, didn't hold back and whatnot, because obviously he's not trying to kill him. Subconsciously, he's not trying to kill Uryu because they all know, because they're buddies. Like, if you think about it, in terms of all of the Soul Reapers, Uryu and Renji have been through the most. In terms of the Soul Reapers, Renji is kind of his friend. So that was like, what he was talking about, how like there's 2 or 3 things that you don't really like. Sorry, I'm trying to hold in, not sneeze and whatnot, but like 3 reasons why you lost, right? 1, you're subconsciously trying to not kill me. And then like, the third one, I believe he's like, you're a Soul Reaper that I despise and stuff. And like, what's interesting is like, the more that I like think about the context of the things that Uryu is saying, it's like he's saying these very basic things that make no sense for Uryu to even say, like, I'm a Quincy, you're a Soul Reaper, so I hate you. All that, like, the basic crap that, like it doesn't make, like, it makes Uryu look stupid, right? But then he also states certain things, like, he mentions exactly to Renji what has happened to the Soul King, what has happened to Yuak. He absorbed the soul, like, he's saying, like, he's mixing these things around of, like, very basic, like, I'm a Quincy, you're a Soul Reaper, so I hate you and stuff, with other things that he states that are very, like, specific. So it's like, because there's always, because he believes, like, because of this place that they're at, this domain and stuff, like, there's eyes and ears everywhere. People could, like, everybody could be watching and listening and stuff. So Uryu really has to, like, fake this stuff because like, otherwise he is going to be found out, obviously by Haschwald. You literally see Haschwald, like, always watching Uryu wherever he is. Like, that's, like, it's annoying and it's terrifying for Uryu. So he always has to, like, constantly say these things of, like, yes, I'm a Quincy. This world doesn't need Soul Reapers and whatnot. And then he says specific things of, like, don't get in the way of my revenge. He's very clearly talking about Yuak, saying, don't get in the way of my revenge, Soul Reaper. And then also the remarks that Renji was saying, that, like, yo, Quincy, you got, like, a new cape, that's nice, which was really funny. Like Renji, like, trying to get under Uryu's skin, saying that, like, he's not saying his name, he's just saying that he's a Quincy. So that was funny. But, like, seeing Uryu saying that stuff, and even when he was fighting Ichigo, you're hearing him say certain things that, like, I need to, like, get revenge on, like, the ones that I hate, like, the most. Like, he stated specific things to, like, with Ichigo that, like, saying that like I'm the basic things. I'm a Soul Reaper, things like that. But then he also states specific things that are very clearly misleading, but at the same time they work within the context of the other things that he's been saying. So he's like really good at masking those words that he's stating. Just like this episode. Like stating that like, I'm a Quincy, you're a Soul Reaper that I despise and whatnot. But then he also says, "Don't get in the way of my revenge." That's like literal like word code kind of. Don't get in the way of my revenge. But like that's like it feels like easily like I know what happens because I'm a manga reader, but like just to get like for anime onlys to be like he's coding things. He's mixing certain words into others to make it still seem like he is a betrayer and whatnot. So that's like, and that's even more prominent in this episode because like just the way that he was talking, right? And then also like him having an actual hard time with fighting Renji, bro. Like when the fur comes off of Renji's like Bankai and they all formed like arms and stuff, and then that special move that he was able to learn when he actually learned like Zabimaru's like full like genuine name, where he takes he literally has the monkey arm, the Monkey King arm, and then takes like the skeleton of the snake and is like swinging it like and then like showing it hitting the ground and shit, and then it's like a gigantic like bomb or something, and all this is going on and everybody's feeling it. They're all feeling Renji's like power. Like Mayuri's feeling it, Zaraki's feeling it. That whole scene was hilarious with Zaraki and Mayuri. Like it was funny in the manga. It's even more hilarious in the anime because Mayuri's like, wait, what are you doing here? And he's like, I had to use the restroom and stuff. And then what is his name? Is his name Yamada, I believe, or whatever? The guy from Squad 4 who's like the healer, who's the medic or whatever. Like he had to use the restroom too, and then Zaraki's like, isn't this a good thing? Yamada! And then all of them being there, which was so funny. It was great. And seeing Mayuri doing his own thing and stuff, and then Nemu having her own like funny little bit right there, saying like, what do you think of all this? And then she's like, I don't feel anything, which was really funny. And their whole sequence was great and stuff. And they went off without Mayuri and Zaraki and stuff. They all went off without Kisuke and Shunsui and stuff. And then like you're seeing Lily Baro like taking them all out like one by one as they leave the pack, as somebody gets shot. Shunsui gets shot, and then like what's his name? Omaida like goes and tries to help him, but then he gets shot, and then everybody starts getting shot and stuff like that. And like Shinsui's like, no, we can't. We got to keep going. We got to keep moving and whatnot. And that's leading up to a fight that's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite fight. Like I'm excited for that. And then also the fight, like Mayuri and Zaraki being where they are and stuff. That's also leading to another fight that's gonna be amazing. I'm very hyped and excited about it. And then like in the beginning of the episode also, like the way that they circled the castle and then all of the Shitstaffel like separated and stuff, like it was really cool. And something I thought was really funny also was that like Yuak talking about like the Soul Reapers that are trespassing in our sacred Walkwelt, which like you're already calling it sacred when you've only had it up for like a minute or two or something. I thought that was like really funny because like it makes no sense to call it sacred at all when it's only been around for like a minute or two or some shit. But I thought that was funny. And then like his dialogue with all of them, like pour their blood in the chalice and stuff like that, with like, oh my god, like it's for the birth of their new Warwelt and stuff. Like it was so good. And seeing that, and then you got Gerard Valkyrie like standing there with no enemies around. He's like, come on, like show yourself, like I'm right here and stuff. He's a dumbass, but he's pretty crazy and stuff. And so yeah, the fight with Renji was absolutely nuts. The way he utilized, like, didn't even expect the amount of like abilities that like it was being shown of his Bankai. It was amazing. And like the whole splitting of like the hairs on his arm also is reminiscent of how like he was able to do that with his Zanpakuto before. And then also, like, when his incomplete Bankai was a thing, he was able to do that stuff too. So like seeing that, a little bit of a callback of like all of like the multiple arms and stuff, showcasing that stuff, it was amazing, absolutely amazing. But then like you also get like the running of like everybody, which just to talk about this, the running and whatnot, the way that they utilized the CGI and like the CGI and the animation and stuff with them running and stuff, you see it with Orihime, which clean. Orihime, baby, the way that they're running, and then you see, like, you look at Ichigo's outfit and the way he's running, there's a little bit of CGI in it of both of them when they're running and stuff. And then you got like Nell, who's up on the roof running and stuff. I love it how like the ones who are like Arankars or like hollows are the ones that are up on the roof like running and stuff. Like you got Grimmjow and you got Nell on either side like running. And Grimmjow's like, there's no point in being like in this big group and stuff. I'm going on ahead to attack and stuff. And then he immediately gets to Askin, which I'm so happy. Like seeing that their whole interaction, like Askin and Grimmjow in the manga was hilarious. You're seeing them like Grimmjow chasing him. It was so funny in the manga. It is so funny in the anime. Askin's like, nah, I ain't want none of this shit. I want to take you guys out without having to like actually fight and stuff, which was really funny. And seeing them like chasing and him trying to negotiate with Grimmjow, saying, "Oh, Ichigo's your enemy. He's my enemy too. Let's take him out together and stuff." And Grimmjow's like, "Shut your mouth. I'm doing my own thing. You're my enemy. Ichigo's my enemy. You're all my enemy. I'm gonna kill all of you and stuff." And him using like his which seems like a new ability. Like he transformed part of his hands and stuff so that he can like move faster, which is really freaking cool. We haven't seen that. That was like the first time we've seen it. I think it was shown in the manga or something, but seeing that was really awesome. And seeing them running on ahead, how fast they are and stuff, and Ichigo and his gang trying to chase after them, and they're not able to, and stuff, which was really funny. That whole moment is like, we lost them and whatnot, so then they all split up and everything. And the whole sequence was hilarious. And I gotta say again, Nell looking absolutely immaculate. She looking so clean, bro. So good, so sexy. And Orihime, ooh, babe, like that, bro. She is a flawless babe. Like Orihime is a flawless babe. Oh my gosh, I'm so hyped for the next couple of episodes, because there's a couple of them, and then also Basby and Lily Tato, and I believe her name's Lily Tato, and then Giselle, going on their own to the castle, which was his fight is going to be interesting. Personally, I don't really care that much for his specific fight, but the other fights that are going to be leading up, Mayuri and Zaraki being there and stuff, and them having that banter, man, that fight's going to be phenomenal. Then you got what was it? Kisuke or not? Yeah, I think maybe Kisuke's is going to happen in this part, I think. But like the whole thing with Askin and Grimmjow being like taken out kind of because he sliced that gift ball or whatever with the laced with poison or something. And then you got Ichigo being there. So I don't know. I'm not sure if that specific fight is going to happen or not, or a certain fight's going to happen there. I don't know. But I know that there's going to be a specific fight with Lily Barrow, who's the sniper dude, who's like the X-axis. I'm pretty damn certain that fight's going to be happening. I'm very hyped and excited about it. I cannot wait for it. Again, like even just the music and the way that the episode started out, dude. Like when it went like circled around the castle and got to the Schistoffel being on that pillar on the top, so that they when they split up or whatever to go to the other like realms and whatnot. Like the music, it was like dun, 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 like it had something of like a time is of the essence type of like music to it. Oh my gosh. And then the whole fight with Renji and the music with that, like, and then there was, I believe, Treachery, I believe, played. Man, was the entirety of that absolutely peak. Like, the music, like, especially when in the beginning, when it's called Gate of the Sun, and like the name of the title appears on the screen, like around that thing with the music. Oh my god, that was so cool. It was everything about it was so cool. Like, the obviously, the CGI was absolutely perfect and detailed and everything, especially like specifically when the people are running and whatnot. You're seeing it in Ichigo's character when he's running and stuff, and their form looks so beautiful looking. Like, every character's running form looked so beautiful looking in this episode. Time is of the essence. The music was amazing. Like, everything that's going on, man. Like, and Uryu and Renji, bro, like, that felt like, obviously, excuse me, Uryu, in the literal sense, Uryu wins the fight. But it did not feel like a loss for Renji. Like, literally at all. Like, I don't know, like, how to explain that shit. Like, it did not feel like an L for Renji, like a loss at all. He put the beat down on Uryu, and Uryu, like, it was hinting at when he was talking in the episode that if Renji did not hold back, he would have beaten Uryu. Like, people keep saying that, like, oh, Uryu hasn't shown his shrift in a while, but at the same time, it's like he has to activate it beforehand. If he doesn't activate it beforehand, and then somebody ends up killing Uryu, like actually killing him, not giving him like a bunch of like cuts and bruises and stuff like that. If somebody actually kills him, then he's done. His shrift doesn't automatically activate out of nowhere. He has to activate it first before he like fights and stuff. And even when he activated his Volstanding, like he got his ass like beat by Renji. Like, you're seeing him on the floor with all these cuts and bruises and shit like that. But then the only reason that Uryu actually like didn't get back up or was able to get back up really easily, which also him using Blood Vein was really awesome in this episode too. But like he's able to, obviously he's a Quincy, he's able to absorb all the spiritual energy around him and shit, which is absolutely and that is such a stupidly insane handicap that the Quincy's that the Quincy's have, like, on the Soul Reapers. It's always so funny to me because all the Quincy's are always doing is never fighting like the Soul Reapers like head on. They always have to drain they always have to have a massive disadvantage for the Soul Reapers, and then also like to have like the entire realm like under their control, like the Reishi under their control and stuff. And I'm like, it's just funny to me that like this is like the only way that they can actually win against the Soul Reapers is that they're constantly like giving the Soul Reapers a massive disadvantage and also absorbing everything around them, because he immediately heals right after like Renji puts the beat down on him and then shoots Renji right through the chest and everything. And I feel like what's going to happen next episode, next episode with Renji, is that I feel like Rukia is going to find him and she's going to be freaking out, but then Orihime is also going to end up possibly over there and actually end up healing Renji. And then Rukia, like, which I want this to happen, like saying, like her getting really teary-eyed and holding Orihime's hands and being like, "Thank you so much for saving him," and her and Rukia embracing Renji and whatnot, but then also probably slapping him and saying like, "What's wrong with you? Why'd you go off on your own?" and stuff. I want that moment of like Rukia and Renji like just like embracing each other or holding each other, kind of in that moment of like Rukia thinking like, I almost lost you, and then Orihime is the one being there to save him and to heal him and stuff. I really want to see that. Like, I want to see that moment. It's just like, not only would that be such a beautiful moment with Orihime and Rukia's friendship, like Rukia is Orihime's Soul Reaper best friend. And to see if we ever saw that moment, I would get teary-eyed. Like, it would be absolutely amazing. So that's like number one. But also number two is to shut up like these Ichigo Rukia, like, you know, stands and like Orihime haters and shit like that. It would shut up a lot of them. And I want to see it. I want to see that. I can't wait for next episode, next couple episodes. We're halfway through the season. Part 3 has been nothing but absolute peak of cinema, like Studio Perriot, or I believe it's called Perriot. It's called Perrier or Perriot or something like that, or Perriot Films. Y'all are killing it. Not only with the animation stuff, but also like the CGI and the way you utilize it with like Uryu's abilities. All that CGI, like the landscape of the castle and stuff, and everybody running and stuff like that. The landscape of the castle and everything in the city and stuff, that's CGI. Then you got like the CGI of like part of like the characters, like it's partly CGI when they're running, like Ichigo running and Orihime runs. It was again Orihime, beautiful peak. And all of them and stuff. And also something really quick. I love Nell when she's running. You hear like kind of like clogs or like hooves because she's like a hollow or an Arankar that like has the resemblance of obviously from her skull on her head and whatnot, and her ability. And when she like releases Zanbakuto and stuff, she's like a goat. It's like part goat is what she is and stuff. You know, just like how Grimmjow is part panther and whatnot. Like just that subtle detail of her running and hearing it like it's like actual hooves when she's running is absolutely amazing. Like the detail is freaking nuts in this episode. And it's just getting better. It's just getting better. I cannot wait for the next several episodes because there's several fights that I think are going to happen. I think there's going to be like around there. I think there's going to be specifically there's going to be 2 that I feel like I'm guaranteeing that they're gonna happen, and then there's like another 1 or 2 that are gonna happen next part in part 4 in the final part, which I'm hyper excited about. But other than that, like that fight was amazing. Like just Renji, bro, when he's using that ability, man, where it's like the snake skeleton being on fire and him like swinging it around like what a monkey would do and shit, bro. Oh my gosh, that was nuts. And then how he deflected he deflected Uryu's arrow like with his foot. Oh my gosh, deflected that shit with his foot. Deflected like so much of his abilities and stuff, but then like kind of like Uryu did the same thing with him when Renji was weakened, was like completely weakened, you know, at the end when he was going to use the Hikotsu Taiho or whatever and shoot that beam at Uryu and his arrow went right through it. That was like the same thing that happened like beforehand when Renji had like his blade being like really really heated or really hot, and it melted like Uryu's arrow when he flings it. Like it was peak. And Uryu's face the entire time, he's like, what the hell is going? Like he was pissed off. Like Uryu looked mad. Uryu looked pissed off. He's like, oh my gosh, like he's really putting in the work on Uryu. He genuinely put in the work on Uryu. That was not a loss for Renji, like literally at all, especially for his characters. It was amazing. But anyways, that is it for this review. Afterthoughts and whatnot. I'm going to go sleep or something. What did you guys think about the episode? Leave down in the comments your thoughts about the episode, your thoughts about what I said and whatnot. And the episode, what I said, all that stuff. Comment down below. And like the video if you did. Like the video if you like anything I had to say. Like the video if you like the episode so far. Or the episode and the part 3 so far. In core 3 so far. If you've loved everything so far. Like it and everything. Comment. And subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, and theory discussion videos, and things like that. So, gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy. But most importantly, everybody, you got to stay a little nasty. All right? So, peace and love. And I'll see y'all later in the next video. Peace out. May the force be with you always. Latum. Back home, Bankai. Peace out. I'll see you guys later. I gotta go sleep. See ya. Oh my, bro! I completely forgot. Also, I didn't even mention this. I don't even know why I didn't mention this in the episode in the video. That the ending theme song was, or not the theme, not the song, but like the ending, the outro of the episode was being played in reverse. Like the scenes and everything were being played in reverse. I just realized that. In my head, I can't fully wrap around what exactly that means, but that is some like really cool detail to realize. Yeah, anyways, that's what I wanted to say.